There's a man coming out here very, very shortly who arrived at the Melbourne airport during the week, Jim. And I'm telling you, I'm speaking
like
of course
the
of Harry Kewell. It was like the Beatles. This is one of the world's very best soccer players, of course, who is coming back to Australia, and in particular coming back to play for the Melbourne Victory, which everyone is excited about. They've got October the 8th penciled into the diary. That's when he's going to take on the Sydney FC at Etihad Stadium. It is a shot in the arm that the A-League needs.
Oh, yes.
And we are absolutely delighted to welcome him onto the Footy Show tonight. Please welcome Harry Kewell. Great excitement for us, Harry. We don't often go outside the sphere of AFL football. We make an exceptional circumstance when an exceptional performer comes in, and that's you. Welcome back to Australia.
Thank you for having me.
You must be delighted. You must be delighted. I mean, you've been all over the world. We are not. I'm not a great soccer man, but I know that you've played for some of the big clubs in the world: Liverpool, Leeds United, Galatasaray over in Turkey. You now come back here. It must be a nice way to round out the career.
It is. It's fantastic, and what better place to end it when you know, it's just been voted the most livable city in the world.
Absolutely.
Well, Harry, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but our great friend Eddie Maguire on the Hot Breakfast on Triple M, I reckon months ago, said Harry Kewell will come back here and play for the Melbourne team in the A-League, and no one believed it.
Melbourne Victory?
Yeah, not everyone just started laughing when he said it. So that's how big a prize it is that no one thought it was ever going to happen. Tell us a bit about how this deal came together.
Well, 3 months ago, I didn't even know I was coming back, so I don't
That's
know
how good Ed is.
Look, there was obviously a lot of speculation about me coming back, and there's, you know, again, the papers blow it out of proportion, but people have to understand that the last 3 years I've been away from my family, and I've got a young family, and I missed them. So virtually once I finished my season at Gala, I literally went on a break for 2 months, switched my phone off so no one could really contact me. I just want to be with my family. And the decision did take a long time, because it's not exactly if I'm moving a couple of hours away from my house. I'm literally moving my family the other side of the world. So it was a decision that me and my wife took on seriously, and eventually we decided that this was the best thing for us to do.
Do we understand how big soccer or football is in Europe and Britain? I know we think AFL's big here. Do we understand how big it is?
I think we're getting there. Obviously, it's a hard task because AFL does run this country. But again, the A-League needs some injection, and hopefully with me and Brett coming back, and maybe a few other players come back, maybe it does give that injection that we need. Yes, Europe is, you know, huge. But don't forget, Europe's been going for years on end, and that's the heart and soul of football. But if you can make the A-League a good enough league, you never know, you can just build it up enough that you may be able to attract better players.
Any coincidence that Mark Schwartz is the best goalie probably in the world, and he came up on Australian rules football? Is there any coincidence? Is it that hard to be a goalie? Honestly, they can use their hands, they got gloves, they can run.
Well, they actually say in football the craziest ones are in goal.
Craziest?
The craziest.
Why? Because
some of the boys that can hit the balls, they can hit them up to 100 k's an hour, and
And we're hoping shortly, Harry, that you might just be able to help us out. These boys over here, AFL footballers, who are big names in this town. Now, you speak about Melbourne being one of the most livable cities in the world. It's also the sporting capital of the world, we think. And do they have any bearing on your decision? Because you come back, you're going to train at Amy Park, you share that with the Melbourne Footy Club and the Melbourne Storm. Will that take... I mean, you're a huge star wherever you go, but you're going to share that in Melbourne, there's no question.
When I first walked in there, the facilities is probably the best I've ever seen. And as you say, I've been to some of the biggest clubs in the world.
Really?
And, yeah, phenomenal.
Is that right?
Absolutely phenomenal. And I couldn't understand. I actually, when I was seeing that, I was just thinking, just imagine if I was here when I was 20. You know, the difference it could have made. And it actually helps football, seeing other athletes work out as well. I mean, for example, I just saw the young youth team of Melbourne Storm work in the gym, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that's for me to see that was just sensational. And I think the passion here that Melbourne have for sports is second to none, really.
Well, the man sitting next to you has got an encyclopedic knowledge of sporting people and identities. Now, I believe that today, down at the Melbourne driving range, down at the golf range, that Samuel Newman wandered down. Now, tell me if this is true or not. You got your clothes, I haven't spoken to you about this, Jim, and you got your bucket and you wandered over, and a very suave, handsome man wandered up next to you, and you sort of looked at him and he acknowledged you and said, "G'day, Sam," and you sort of said, "Yeah, g'day," and away you went.
Tell me this
you
didn't
hit
happen.
balls for 20 minutes, just having a general conversation.
God.
I mean, on his behalf,
Thank you, Harry. Whatever you're going to say, thank you.
He was in a zone. I'd have to say he was in a zone. I mean, the way he was hitting his club and banging that club on the floor after every shot, I didn't really want to disturb it.
This
Did
is
you
true.
not recognise Harry Kewell?
Jim,
This is true.
Jim,
True?
shut up. What happened is Harry came over with a very nice gentleman, and the thing you do when you go down to any club, particularly that club, Jim, is that you let people mind their own business.
Yes.
And I looked at Harry, who is a left-hander, incidentally, and hits the ball as good as I've ever seen anyone, and I thought, I reckon I know that man. I thought, because Gary, we have seen, have we not? You weren't there, but we have seen Harry play live in Munich in 2006.
One of the highlights for us.
Was one of the highlights,
One of the
and I
greatest
thought,
trips we've ever been on.
I'm not sure who that is. And I went into the clubhouse after I said, "Tell me," to Costa, I said, "Costa, is that Harry Kewell out there?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Jesus, please don't tell me it's Harry Kewell." Because I just wasn't sure. So I drove out to the first hole. He was playing with a very nice gentleman. And I said, "Harry, I am so sorry. I wasn't sure if it was you or not, and I didn't want to interrupt you, and nothing worse than people
it's
annoying people."
long-winded way of saying you made a tool of yourself.
Yeah.
And Harry,
Again, I
do you recognise Samuel, by the way?
Nah, come on.
Did you
He
get-
was-
Well, again, it is a club that's very private, and
Thank you, Harry.
You know, you let people be themselves, as
Yeah,
you say.
I
But did
apologise.
But you did know him. didn't
He
you?
did not
So
know.
Harry knew you and you didn't know
Oh,
Harry.
but that is not right.
That is
Gary.
right. He just
Shame,
told us.
shame on you. Now, your beautiful wife Cherie is pregnant with number 4.
Yes.
So, and you're now going to be obviously living here in Melbourne. Sam's got about 15 houses. If you want to find somewhere to live, the Foss might be able to look after you. You've got
Yeah,
somewhere.
I'll move out immediately. You can take over the joint I'm living in. I'll move in with you, Jim.
Worked out where you're going to live, Harry. We don't want to know, but just Bayside.
Look,
just-
again, every time I'm driving around Melbourne, there's lovely places. So everyone's given me some nice areas to look at. So I will do.
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to get Samuel, who's not dressed up like that for any other reason, that we want you to drill one through his crusty old face. So, Samuel, you wander
Go and
over
get
the
ready,
nets.
Foss.
I've got a box on.
As you go over there... All right, off you go. As you go.
Seriously, how hard is it?
Really hard.
You're about to
Get
find
on.
out.
Shit, it's hard.
But also, looking at Harry, very sharp dresser, Jim. We are Soho workshop operators, but the politics deal continues to go along.
Hang on, I think we're going
It
to
certainly does. I mean, again,
you stand off.
Shut up, Sam.
Yeah, this is a modelling shoot.
Yes, this was in last Christmas in LA. It was scheduled actually the day before that, and it was raining. So we got there the next day, and it was absolutely stunning. And again, politics is fantastic. I mean, the clothes are sensational, and they're the clothes I wear really because they just fit me great.
I think we might have a photo, do we? There as well. There we are. Reasonable rig.
Reasonable. Hey, Cherie was also, she did some acting. Is she going to go down that path as well?
At the moment, she's just going to come over here, and obviously we've got the baby coming along, so she's going to be looking after the baby and just being a mother to the kids.
A little bit of underbelly razor or something, maybe? Or
You never know.
Hey, come over with me, Harry. We're going to go and drill a couple. I reckon the
Please
boys
make sure you
wander
do,
over.
Harry.
Now, we really want you to put one through him. He's got the runners on.
In a way.
They haven't got the best pair, but there he is. Now, I'll get out of the road. I'm going to get the boys here to try as well, so I've got plenty of balls. Samuel, you
You're
reckon?
going to kick it from there, are you?
Where do you want it?
You're going to kick it from there?
Where do you want him
Close
to kick
up.
it?
Well, shit, how far isn't it meant to be? How far?
That's the distance. That is the distance of a penalty shootout.
Is it?
Yes. Big pardon? They are small goals, so yeah, this is even harder for the kicker. So I'm going to get the boys as well. They're going to have a crack in a minute. But God help me, Harry, if you could hurt him, that would be great for us. Rightio, forward.
Hang on just a minute. Right.
Sam's doing visual jokes, Jim.
Oh, look at this
There he
stuff.
is. Rightio.
Look how crisp this is.
Now, we would really like it, so just stand back. Anytime, Harry, just drill one through him.
Oh, no!
That's one.
He didn't even move.
You ran backwards. Righto, Bazza.
Shit.
You
You're
got
allowed
none
to
from
move,
one.
Fossil.
What was that?
None from one. Here. Get up there. Stand up like a man. You reckon it was the easiest
Come on
job in
back.
sport?
Pile one into him.
Don't do it. Oh.
Oh!
Looking after you. Not sure Mac absolutely drilled it.
No.
There we
Come
go.
on, Clokey.
Oh.
Oi.
Righto, Harry, one more, please. One more. Righto, this is it, Samuel. This is for the World Cup, of which
Hang
Harry's
on
been
just a
in.
minute. My microphone's come out. Just a minute.
Harry,
Hang on just a minute.
I'll talk to Harry. You be quiet. Another World Cup. You've been to 2. One more.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yep.
As long as I perform well enough and the manager kicks me.
All right. This is it. This is for the title.
Come on, Fossil.
Yeah.
Oh, just a farce.
To the coward.
Absolute screaming joke.
Just one more, Harry. One more. I bet
One
I
more.
promise
One more.
you. Righto,
One
one
more.
more. Righto, this is it.
That's embarrassing, the champion.
Now, mate, I've been fooling around.
Hang on. Let me get out of the road. Right, this is it. Now, really concentrate.
I'm going to cut it.
Righto.
All right.
Fair income embarrassing.
Oh, here we go.
All right, we're going to
Rightio.
take a break. Thank you very much to Harry Kewell, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable.
Thank you, mate. Thanks for coming in.
When we come back, we're going to be joined by Dermot Brereton and Chris Lewis. Plenty more on the Footy Show.